Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? It is your boy out here, CJ the DJ, coming to you live with a brand new episode of Hustle and Burn. As always, man, appreciate y'all tuning in. Hope everybody had a great week. Hopefully, we can end it off right, you dig? As y'all listen to this, I am currently in Las Vegas, baby. I am in Las Vegas, baby, as you guys are listening or watching this video. Quick little business trip out there with the big bro, you feel me? Swerving out there for this NFL game this weekend. But as always, shout out to our sponsors, guys. Diamond Consulting. For any general contractors out there that may need or utilize subcontractors in any different scopes of work for new builds, remodels, renovations, contact Diamond Consulting, guys. They have a fully private network of pre-vetted, insured subcontractors looking to take on more work and grow and scale their companies. So contact Diamond Consulting, 720-563-7452 for any subcontractor needs, man. We got so much to get into. Of course, again, I appreciate everyone who's tuning in, everyone who continues to tune in, who continues to send it to a friend so their friend can enjoy it. Much appreciated, man. Much appreciated. I'm always looking for guests, so anybody that's trying to come on the pod, strike me. You dig? We gonna get it kicked off because we got so much to get into today, man. But starting it off with my boy Travis Hunter, Heisman. You dig? Heisman Trophy, man. He need to Heisman his girlfriend out the picture. Let's just be honest, guys. This is just absolutely treacherous what this girl has been doing. I mean, realistically speaking, I feel like he won the Heisman Trophy, and the news has been more so surrounding her actions, her relationship, right? Like her drama, her issues, than it has been on this guy just winning the Heisman Trophy, coming from a damn HBCU, going to CU, following Dion. Like, man, that's the story. This should be motion picture perfect, right? And it's getting overshadowed by this girl, man. She's at meet and greet events with him. Like, am I just gonna sit here all day? Like, are you kidding me? Right? This is crazy. He smiles at the fans. She's saying he's smiling at the cheerleaders. Come on, man. She got a $sign tattooed on the ring finger. Come on, man. That's crazy, bruh. She came out and said Travis wasn't even my type. He wasn't my type, but when we got together, you know, I liked to party. He didn't want to party. He used to go drop me off at parties and sit outside for hours while I partied, and then would take us home. That's, bro, Trav, come on, King. Like, come on, King. Like, that's the old Travis. That's the old Travis. You a new man. You don't won the Heisman Trophy, brother. We just got to be honest here. Come on, dog. It's a bad look. It's a bad look. Now the biggest thing, she commented hard eyes under Anthony Edwards' post, under an NBA player's post, like a week ago, and all of a sudden the comment deleted. Oh no, and that was from her direct account. Don't get, and I ain't heard no hacking claims or nothing like that. We just gonna throw that under the rug, Travis? Come on, man. Come on, Trav. You got to get rid of it or set some real boundaries of what needs to happen moving forward. Now that you a Heisman Trophy winner, you about to be a number 1, number 2 pick, something like that. You know, come on, Trav. Come on, man. What's that show they used to have on ESPN? Come on, man. He would have been on that for these actions this last week. This is treacherous. Come on, Trav. Come on, man. Now the Raiders, Jaguars, and the New York Giants, guys, are all vying for the number 1 pick in this year's upcoming NFL draft. They're all trying to tank the season. And, you know, the Raiders and Jaguars actually play each other this weekend. Very interesting. That's why I'm in Las Vegas, baby. We turning up, like I said, me and the big bro. Shout out to big bro Mondo. The Raiders, okay? That's why we here, baby. Y'all don't see it on the pod, but I'm gonna have my Raiders jersey on at the stadium. You know, I gotta support. Usually every weekend is how about them Cowboys, but this weekend is Raider Nation, baby. Okay, all right, and you know, this weekend is very big. I'm taking Big Bro to go to Las Vegas. He hasn't been in Las Vegas before. He hasn't been to a Raiders game in Las Vegas quite yet. So very important. And my stepfather was also, you know, a Las Vegas Raiders fan. So, you know, I really actually will be, you know, taking his spirit with me. You know, and he'll be in attendance, and I'll be there with my brother-in-law, of course, but also, you know, there in spirit with my stepfather, who means a lot to me, and you know, unfortunately tragically passed away. But yeah, it really means a lot more to me than just an NFL game. So I'm extremely excited to be in attendance this weekend. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm extremely excited to go do that and just experience it, and just be there. It's gonna be a it's gonna be a good time. I'm very excited. Sorry. Very excited. And like I said, you know, the Raiders and Jaguars, they are pushing for the #1 spot in the NFL draft. So it kind of brings up a topic that I wanted to kind of touch on and put out there to my people was, you know, I think that the NFL is going to have to do a lottery sort of system. We've seen other major league team or major league companies, you know, sports, MLB, the NBA does a lottery. Okay, for those that don't know, that are listening, don't know what a lottery is. Potentially, a lottery is where they take the bottom 3 teams, who are the worst teams, and instead of the worst team getting the #1 pick, or the second worst team getting the #2, or the third worst team getting the #3, they put those teams in a hat, if you will, and they choose names out of a hat for #1, #2, #3, #4, whatever it is. Okay, that's the lottery. And so why they do that is because it decentivizes teams, okay, to tank, right? Like right now, if you're the Las Vegas Raiders and you want to lock in the #1 spot for Shedeur Sanders, you want to lose this game, right? Because the Jaguars are so close to you. I believe the Jags may have the #2 pick right now. The Raiders have the #1 pick right now, right? So it's like you want to lose this game. They want to go out there and lose this game. Now, I'm not saying that the players just go out there and they don't play hard, but, you know, it could be coaching that steps in. Who knows what it could be, but it literally, that's what it boils down to in these situations. So very interesting to me, and I really think the NFL is going to have to lock in a lottery sort of thing in the next few years, because it is going to decentivize these teams from tanking. And we've heard it in a couple different lawsuits. You know, Brian Flores with the Miami Dolphins said he the owner of the team wanted him to tank, right? And he would not do it. So, you know, it obviously happens, guys. We all know it happens. I think the NFL knows it happens, and I think they got to put a stop to that, man, because it's very interesting. Like, think about it. The Raiders can really play chess and not checkers. In fact, if they do want Shedeur Sanders, it is potentially better for them to actually actually try and win this game versus the Jaguars. And it's actually better for the Jaguars to lose this game to the Las Vegas Raiders. And why I say that is, let's say that the Giants are the 3rd pick, the Raiders are the 2nd pick, the Jags are the 1st pick. Obviously, the Jaguars guys don't need a quarterback. They have Trevor Lawrence. He has had health issues, but I don't see them drafting a quarterback. So who would they draft? Travis Hunter. They have a star wide receiver this year. I believe his name's Brian Thomas Jr., superstar at wide receiver. You pair him with Travis on the other side or in the slot, or you potentially just put Travis at cornerback to bolster up your defense, which has been struggling and does need help. I'm pretty sure Jalen Ramsey's there, isn't he? Is Jalen Ramsey still there? I'm pretty sure Jalen Ramsey is actually still there with the Jacksonville Jaguars. So you pair Travis Hunter and him, let Travis Hunter learn from a Jalen Ramsey his first years in the league. So therefore, again, it's better for the Raiders to go out and win this game. The Jaguars get the #1 pick and draft a receiver. You know they're not going to take Shedeur. You get the #2 pick secured. Boom. Right? So again, the NFL has to do something to kind of negate that sort of thing. And, you know, I think what it also does, if you have that lottery and everything, it puts more trade scenarios in for other teams to move up, right? What if someone doesn't want a player on the Jacksonville or on the Las Vegas Raiders? So they're not willing to trade someone for that #1 pick. But what if they want someone on the Jacksonville Jaguars and they're the #1 pick? right? And they want to get it and move up. They really want to do it. Like, I think it just throws in so many different scenarios when you have that lottery. So I personally would like to see a lottery in the NFL. I would love to hear thoughts from you guys in the comments on YouTube. You know, go comment. Let me know your thoughts on what you think of a lottery in the NFL, because I really think that that should be implemented here soon, man. I really do. As this playoff push is, you know, in full swing, the Broncos, the Donkeys, they done dropped the game, man. They dropped the game to the Chargers on Thursday. They are stuck and sitting at 9 wins. Now they have the Bengals and I believe the Chiefs to end the season, man. So, y'all may be stuck at 9 wins, Bronco fans. I don't know. I don't know, because really, you know, the Bengals season is on the line. The Bengals have to win out. They have to win the next 2 games to even have a chance at the playoffs. So it's do or die for the Bengals, realistically. Okay. And you know, I think the Chiefs are the Chiefs, obviously. I don't know. I don't know, Broncos. Y'all, I don't know about 10 wins. Griff, if you listening, just have my money, man. Just have my money ready. I don't know if they getting 10 wins, brother. We gonna see. We gonna see, man. More NFL news. Probably biggest NFL news of the week, man. Kirk Cousins being benched by the Atlanta Falcons. This is crazy to me, guys, because this literally comes on the heels of him signing a $250 million contract just this last offseason. So he's expected, in fact, to be released before March. Apparently, if they release him before March, they save $10 million in cap space for this upcoming offseason. But majority of his contract is guaranteed. So the Atlanta Falcons are going to be stuck paying Kirk Cousins, even if he goes to another team. I think he will go to another team. I don't know what they were expecting. Kirk Cousins, for those that don't know, already wasn't a very mobile quarterback, and then he tore his Achilles, similar to Aaron Rodgers, and now he's even more immobile, and you see it. He just wants to sit in the pocket. He doesn't like pressure. He gets the happy Pete. He goes down quick, similar to Brady at the end of his career, right? Like, so at the end of the day, I don't know what they were expecting, but I truly am excited. I like Michael Penix. I think he plays the game very well. I think he's very athletic. I think he sees the field good, and me personally, I think he's ready for the moment. I really do. This kid was a star in college, guys. Let's not act like he wasn't solid, okay? And he got drafted by the Atlanta Falcons, knowing that this Kirk Cousins thing may not work out. I don't know why they would draft a quarterback and then sign someone to guaranteed $250 million or whatever it was. That's like the Cowboys essentially signing Dak and then going and drafting. It just makes no sense, right? Like, no, you're not going to do that. That's just nonsensical. But they did, and maybe they had the foresight to see that this wouldn't work out. But why would you pay someone so much if you thought there was a chance it wouldn't work out? That's just crazy, especially guaranteed money. But it is what it is, man. The Atlanta Falcons and Michael Penix are going to go out this weekend. I am very excited to see them play. Wishing the best for him. Unfortunately, for those that watched the Kansas City Chief game, we saw Tank Dell go down. Another gruesome injury for him to the leg. He fractured his fibula last season. We don't know confirmed what it is yet, but it did not look good, man. It was bad, man. So sad for Tank Dell. I'm really hoping he comes back, but, you know, back-to-back severe leg injuries like that, I hope it's not to the same leg, but either way, still, career may be done, man. For such a young kid, such a talented young kid, man, that is so treacherous. But again, the NFL is in full playoff push, guys. We are very excited to see it. And this weekend is Go Raiders, baby. Yeah, dig. Go Raiders. We gonna get into the Fried Award of the Week this week, man. The Fried Award of the Week, guys, goes to Mr. Joe Budden. Joe Budden, guys. Joe Budden recently, he's the biggest Drake hater. They've had a long-standing feud. They've went back and forth on social media. And, you know, he's been talking about how washed Drake is, how Kendrick killed him in the beef, yada, yada, yada. And he goes on his podcast the other day and says, Family Matters, Drake's diss track, was the best diss track of every diss track in all of the disses. After going at him for months, saying he got killed, he didn't drop any heat. Nah, hater. Stay over there, hater. Just cause that Drake hate done cooled down a little bit. Nah, hater. Stay over there, hater. Joe Budden, you a hater. stay your ass over there. You get the fried award of the week. You are fried, my boy. Don't try and circle back now. We ain't allowing it. We ain't allowing it, man. Fried award of the week, Joe Budden. All right. The investment wrap of the week, man. For those that have been listening, like we've been talking about, we gonna get into more invested and things like that on the podcast moving forward. The investment wrap of the week kind of goes over what happened, where we're at, and what the outlook is. So this week, for those that don't know, the Fed lowered interest rates another quarter point. Okay. And they said they will not be cutting 4 times next year. They will potentially only be cutting twice. The markets didn't like that. They did not like that in any way, shape, or form. Everything went red immediately. Cryptos are down about 10 to 20% with their correction. Stocks are down about a 5 to 10%. This is just a natural, for those that don't know, don't pay attention to stocks and things of that nature. This is a very natural correction, in fact. After all of these crypto skyrocketed, a lot of stocks have just been going directly up. It's unnatural, guys, okay? There has to be some pullbacks. There has to be some pullbacks. And these pullbacks, guys, are the perfect time to get in. The perfect time to be investing, guys. The perfect time, okay? This is the investment world. There are going to be ups. There are going to be downs. And the downs are when you get in to these stocks, when you get in to these cryptos, okay? So what happens is you should have already analyzed some of these stocks, okay? If you listened to last week, did a little bit of research. Let's say last week you listened to the pod, you did some research on dollar cost averaging. You went and chose 3 to 5 different stocks, did a little bit of research on them, right? Let's say you did that. What you should do is you should analyze, find entry points, okay? Set limit purchase orders. What that is, guys, if you're on Coinbase, let's say, if you're on Robinhood, let's say, is that's where you're setting a purchase order of X amount of shares. I'm going to buy X amount of shares when the price of this stock or this crypto hits this amount. I love doing this, guys, because why? You set it and forget about it. Set it, forget about it. That's all you got to do. Set it, forget about it. If you analyze properly, okay, or if you listen to someone who analyzed properly, you shouldn't be worried. I told my boy the other day, hey, I'm going to scoop up some XRP when it gets down to about 190, 195. This is why XRP is down to about 220, okay, 225. All right, now it held there for almost a day, day and a half, and then it dropped down and it dipped and it hit the 190 line and went right back up. So my investment, when it went down to 190, is already up. So right now, currently, I'm beating what XRP is doing on the daily chart. My portfolio is for my day returns, okay? So it's like, guys, the dips are when you get in. I'm not saying you need to buy every time a stock or a crypto goes down. That is not what I'm saying. But what you got to be doing is, again, dollar cost averaging, guys, is where you're just really looking at set prices. And again, set purchase orders. Just set a set amount of shares or a set amount of dollars you're going to put into it at this price or on this day. Set it, forget about it. Forget about it, man. That's the investment wrap of the week, man. But we're heading into 2025, guys. And, now's the time to make moves for your Q1 portfolio to really start building, okay? And to have an amazing Q1 for your portfolio and just in general. And to really learn a lot, man. The information that we're going to be learning over this next 3 months within the markets and everything is going to be astonishing, not only for myself, but I hope for all of you. And I hope a lot of you really, really lock in with me on this and follow along with it, because it's just the fact that it works, guys, okay? And it works on a small scale level. It also works on a large scale level. Now, you may not have 10 grand to invest. You may not even have 1,000 to invest. But even if you put in $100 and you see that $100 make you $10 or $20, it feels better. And it starts to allow you to see, what if that was 1,000? What if that was 10,000? God damn, what if that was 100,000 I put in this joint, right? And we're all going to get there. Whether you believe it or not, I know I'm going to get there to have the money to put in like that. I know I am. You should too, right? And you got to have that mentality. And now is the time where we're learning the base level foundational information that we need to be successful in the future. I already told you guys last pod when we kind of introduced a little bit more of the cryptos and the stocks, right? Of a little bit of the plan, if you will. It's 2025, guys. We're just dollar cost averaging. We're not taking any profits unless something skyrockets and goes crazy. We might take a little bit of profits and I'll of course let you know, but realistically, we're just setting specific dates per month that it's going to invest a little bit into this, a little bit into that, a little bit into this. If something dips, again, we're going to analyze and get in and buy on those dips potentially, depending on where the stock's at, depending on where the portfolio's at, what's happening in the world. Many things affect the stock market, okay? And you know, we're not going to take profits. Then we're going to get to this time in 2025. I can't wait to look back on this podcast. We're going to get to this time in 2025, December 18th, 19th, whatever it is, right before Christmas, and we're going to be looking at our portfolios in the green, okay? And that's when we're going to analyze and see what profits we take at the end of next year, okay? And we're going to use those profits to just reinvest, right? Like some of it you can take, spend, buy some Christmas gifts, but at the end of the day, we're just going to reinvest it. But we're going to have more than we did to start. We're going to have more next year at this time than we did this year in our portfolios. All of us are going to be green. That is going to be an amazing thing. It's going to be an amazing feeling. So I am very excited for that. And I, again, really hope a lot of you who listen lock in with me on just investing, even if it's small scale, man. Let's do it. It makes money. We all need passive income. We all need multiple revenue streams. When you're sleeping, this stuff is making you money, guys. That's what it is. When you're at work at your 9 to 5, these stocks are making you money. There's going to be days, weeks, months, it might lose you money. But overall, guys, year over year, majority of times you're going up. The times you haven't went up potentially was during COVID. And a lot of times, a lot of stocks still went up and were green during COVID, the pandemic. Everything was shut down. The world's going crazy. Stock market stocks. There's still stocks that skyrocketed. You just got to know what to look at, what to get into. And that's exactly what we're going to be learning together this upcoming year and moving forward. All right. So that's the investment wrap of the week for y'all. Now, I know why most of y'all come to the pod, so let's get right into it, baby. Let's get into these NFL picks. I want to give a shout out, of course, to our sponsor for these NFL picks every single week, guys. ORSBC, Original Raiders Soldier Booster Club, specifically the Denver chapter, guys. They get together every Sunday down in Lakewood at Play Ball Sports Bar and Grill. An amazing bar, amazing environment, amazing members, guys, both young and old, new members who just joined, members who have been in this thing for 10, 20, 30 years, man. ORSBC.Denver on Instagram. Any Raiders fans, come on down. But even if you're not a Raiders fan, come on down. Have a good time with me and the guys. It is so much fun, man. So much fun. Appreciate them sponsoring these NFL picks. Of course, we gonna get into it. If y'all listened last week, the lock of the week last week hit for money. We made money with the lock of the week last week. So I hope those of you listening actually listened and put it in, because we made some money. All right. We doubled up real easy last week on the lock of the week. So hopefully y'all do the same on this week's lock of the week, because I like this. I like this one here. So here is the lock of the week, guys. At the time of my bet, this was plus 189 odds. Okay. So the lock of the week, hey, it may not be the best odds, but at the end of the day, that's why they're locks. Still double up some money, right? Get some profit at the end of the day. Plus is plus. Green is green, my boy. We don't care. Long as the outcome is income, baby. That's what we talking about. Number one pick for this week's lock of the week, the Cincinnati Bengals. Money line versus Cleveland. This one's a little bit on the risky side just because it is a divisional matchup, okay? But again, as I mentioned previously, this is a must win for the Bengals, for Joe Burrow, for Ja'Marr Chase. Imagine if the Bengals don't make the playoffs. And then you got to go convince Ja'Marr Chase that he should re-sign with you. Just because Joe Burrow just had a career year, but y'all didn't even make the playoffs. Because that's your only argument you can make to Ja'Marr Chase. Is, hey, man, come re-sign. We'll give you all this money. And, you know, you and Joe just had a career season. Yeah, the O-line sucks. Run game ain't looked that good. We ain't make the playoffs. The hell I'm going to stay in Cincinnati, Ohio for? I go out to LA Rams. You know what I'm saying? I go out to San Francisco. I go down to Dallas. I go to Houston. Because with Tank Dell out, he might not come back. They need somebody down there. Poor Tank Dell, man. That's tragic right there. So, hey, that's what I'm picking, man. This is a must-win this weekend for the Bengals to keep their playoff hopes alive. So, Bengals money line versus the Cleveland Stinky Browns, all right? Number 2 pick of the lock of the week, guys, is the Detroit Lions money line versus the Chicago Bears. The Bears just are not looking good. You know, the Lions are coming off a very tough loss to the Buffalo Bills. Now everyone thinks the Bills are the favorite to win the Super Bowl. So, you know, I think it kind of recharges the Lions, if you will. And they come in and stomp Chicago, who's just looked absolutely treacherous. They are in a bad spot. But again, guys, it is a divisional game, okay? And divisional games are always toss-ups because the teams, the players, the coaches all play each other so much. They know each other so well. Now, the one thing that I think gives the Lions the edge here is obviously the Bears just went through coach after coach, right? QB after QB. So it's not too much familiarity within these two teams or these two specific, you know, teams right now, the Detroit Lions and the Bears, but that still is why I give the Detroit Lions the edge. There's not too much familiarity. Lord have mercy. Having a stroke on the pod within these two teams, man. So I got the Detroit Lions money line versus Chicago. That is the second leg of the lock of the week. Third leg here, we have Minnesota, the Minnesota Vikings, guys, money line versus the Seattle Seahawks. This is a playoff caliber matchup. Seattle is quietly 8-6, tied for the top of their division with the the Los Angeles Rams. So, you know, this is really, you know, they do have a chance to make playoffs, the Seahawks, that is. But, you know, I think Minnesota just does want it, honestly. For those that have watched or haven't watched, Minnesota's offense has been on fire the last 3 to 5 weeks, man. They just look absolutely unstoppable on multiple levels. The passing game, the running game, it just all is clicking, man, at the right time. And, you know, I think they look so good that they just don't drop this game to Seattle. So, you know, I got the Minnesota Vikings money line over the Seattle Seahawks. Fourth and final leg, guys. This is an easy one of the lock of the week, is the Buffalo Bills money line versus the New England Patriots. Divisional game, but, you know, who are we kidding realistically, right? So that is the lock of the week for y'all, man. We got the Bengals money line, Lions money line, Vikings money line, and Bills money line. Go lock that in. Plus 189 odds at the time of the bet. By the time you're hearing this, it may be a little lower, but go lock it in, man. Get some money. Again, long as the outcome is income, baby, that's why we do it. That's why we do it. Yeah, dig? Now let's get into the juicy parlay of the week, man. The juicy parlay of the week, guys, at the time of this bet was plus 1,012 odds, okay? For those that haven't tuned in, first time listening, even for those that haven't, you know how it goes. Any of these juicy parlays will always be plus 1,000 odds or more every single time. Now, these bets, guys, of course, are not financial advice. Go do your own research if you want to bet. I just feel like these odds and these picks are too good. So, yeah, dig. If you want to tell me, tell me. Of course, if you do tell me, make sure you send me the screenshot so when we win, I can post you up. Yeah, dig. All right. First leg, guys, of the juicy parlay of the week. Y'all may not like this. I am taking the Carolina Panthers money line over the Arizona Cardinals. Over the Arizona Cardinals, guys. I mean, look, the Panthers have been playing better. We've all seen it, okay? And, you know, I think the Arizona Cardinals, in my personal opinion, are one of the most overrated teams in the NFL. And I think their quarterback is one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the NFL. Kyler Murray, to me, is absolutely horrible. He hasn't done anything in the league. His stats are tragic. And don't give me that he hasn't had help or blah, blah. I don't want to hear it, bro. I do not want to hear it. Kyler Murray's poop. And, you know, I got Arizona essentially, or I'm sorry, I got Carolina taking the W at home versus a team that's overrated in the Arizona Cardinals. And the Panthers now seem to be a little bit underrated to me, the way that they played the last, you know, four weeks here. They have been looking good. They made every single game since that Chiefs game competitive. okay? And that's very interesting. So I do have the Panthers money line as the first leg of the Juicy Parlay. All right. Second leg of the Juicy Parlay. I know I've been saying it's Raiders Nation, but I got the Jaguars money line over the Raiders this weekend, guys. This one is again a toss-up because the way that the way that things shake out with the draft order and things of that nature. This one really is a toss-up, guys. But for the Juicy Parlay purposes, we are taking the Jacksonville Jaguars money line over the Raiders. Even though I think there's potential for the Jaguars to try and lose so they can then get the number 1 pick. The Raiders can be number 2. The Raiders also like that outcome, like I mentioned earlier, right? I don't know, man. I don't know. But I am taking the Jaguars money line as the second leg. Third leg, guys, of the Juicy Parlay of the week. We have the Atlanta Falcons money line versus the New York Giants. The Giants are all over the place. Obviously, they want to tank as well and lose so they can try and get the number 1, number 2 pick and try and beat out the Raiders to get Shedeur, right? If that's who the Raiders are going to go for, which it looks like that is who they want to go for. But, I really think that Michael Penix, again, as I kind of briefly touched on, guys, I think he's ready for this moment. I'm really excited to see how the Falcons come out this week. I think he comes out hot, and they set off a new era down in the ATL. All right? So I got the Falcons as the third pick for the Juicy Parlay. Now, the fourth and final pick of the Juicy Parlay for y'all is the Indianapolis Colts. My mama's team. The Colts money line versus the Tennessee Titans, guys. Colts money line versus the Tennessee Titans. Titans are another one of these teams that are just kind of all over the place. They just can't seem to get it together for some reason. Will Levis we won't even get into that. And the Colts just want some feel-good wins, right? The Colts want some feel-good wins to take into next season as they're not in the hunt for the playoffs realistically. So at this point, it's get some feel-good wins against some teams that are on our level and play at our caliber. But I still think the Colts have more talent overall than the Tennessee Titans do. Of course, the Titans have Tony Pollard. They got Calvin Ridley. But overall this season, I don't think either of those players has been utilized up to their abilities and capabilities. So, I got the Indianapolis Colts money line, man. So for the Juicy Parlay of the week, guys, Panthers money line, Jaguars money line, Falcons money line, and Colts money line, man. Those are the picks for the week. That has been the pod for the week, man. As you are listening, as I mentioned, I'm in Vegas getting ready for the Raiders game, baby. I am hyped. I hope y'all stay blessed. Let's all stay focused, and let's finish this year strong together, man. Let's do it, y'all. We out.